Hey, welcome to today's lesson, and today we're talking about a pretty controversial topic, and I'm sure it's going to cause a bit of debate. We're talking sugar, and we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the bullshit that you see on the media, on social media, on the news, all that jazz. And we're just going to come up with a nice balanced approach to nutrition, because I fear that's what we don't get. We just get polarizing opinions, and there's a lot more nuance to nutrition, especially sugar, that we don't really look into. So that's what this is all about. We're going to explore what sugar actually is, the benefits, the drawbacks, and give you some practical guidelines for incorporating it into a sensible, balanced diet. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So first up, why does sugar get a bad name? Well, it's become a bit of a villain over the years, and it was once a beloved ingredient in households, and the spotlight has firmly gone on it being a bad guy in terms of a cause of obesity, addiction, disease. Headlines warn us that sugar is going to make you fat, or it's as bad as cocaine. It creates fear. It's fear mongering, isn't it, essentially, about something we've enjoyed for generations and even centuries. So the reality is there's a lot more nuance to it. Okay. Now, while excessive sugar consumption can lead to health problems and cause health concerns and issues, the relationship between sugar and health isn't as straightforward as one might have you believe. So some of the fears initially are going to be that sugar causes weight gain, it's going to be physically addictive, and it causes diabetes. That's some of the issues that people think sugar causes, isn't it? The actual concern people should have is an excess of calories in any format of food from any food source. Habitual patterns, so your habits and your daily patterns that you do with your food environment, and overall diet and quality of lifestyle is a far bigger impact on your health and fitness than eating sugar. So what we're going to look at here is different types of sugar, the context of consumption around sugar, and some evidence-based guidance around it as well. So like I said, a nice balanced approach to sugar consumption. So what sugar actually is? Well, it isn't just the little white crystals you have in a bowl on your table. There's a broad category of carbohydrates, and it comes in many forms. So at a molecular level, sugars come in simple carbohydrates, meaning they are made up of just one or two sugar molecules linked together. So it's a simple carb. Now, your body processes all carbohydrates into something called glucose, which you might well have heard of. This is your body's primary energy source. Glucose, it loves it. It uses it for energy. However, different types of sugar are metabolized at different rates and have varying effects on the body. So we have natural sugars, which are found in fruits and vegetables and dairy products. These come alongside fiber, vitamins, and minerals. So they're good. Okay, it's not a bad thing. If anyone tells you fruit's bad for you, do not listen to them. Please don't, because that sugar, the fructose that is found in fruit, comes with so many other benefits in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Added sugars, these are the ones that are added during food processing, like table sugar, honey, syrups, concentrated fruit juices. The common sugar types are glucose, which is blood sugar, fructose, which is fruit sugar, sucrose, which is table sugar, and you also have lactose, which I'm sure you've all heard of, which is milk sugar. And processing within the body, so it's broken down at different rates on a molecular structure, and accompanying nutrients on top of that as well. So different types of sugars there and how they can impact your body. So the good side of sugar, and there really is a good side of sugar. So despite people telling you sugar's bad, it plays a really important role in energy. So if you are an athlete or you're very active, it's going to give you a really good source of energy during intense training sessions or intense performance or whatever it is that you're doing. Consuming sugar strategically around different workouts and different performances can really improve your athletic, not only performance, but also recovery. So it's really useful for that. Natural sugars found in fruits and dairy come packaged with loads of different essential nutrients and vitamins and minerals that aren't typically consumed in problematic amounts. So again, you ain't getting fat from eating too many bananas, mate, or too many apples, because no one eats too many of them, okay? So more importantly, sugar contributes to food enjoyment as well. So even though it's demonized, it can actually make us stick to a diet more if it's consumed in moderation. So it's going to help you sustain a diet long term. So the first benefit is the rapid energy source, like I spoke about. It's high intensity burst of energy for exercise. Also helps to replenish glycogen stores after workouts, because we eat into glycogen stores when we exercise, when we train, so we need to replenish them. Nutrient delivery, so natural sugars in whole foods, they come with fiber, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. It supports overall health, and along with sugar, you can absorb those vitamins and minerals and nutrients far easier. Brain function, your brain needs glucose to work, otherwise it won't work properly, so it needs sugar, and your brain heavily relies on glucose for optimal function. So a moderate sugar intake really does support cognitive performance And like I said before, it enhances food enjoyment. So you're far more likely to stick to a diet because you are having a little bit of sugar in moderation to keep you on track. Now, when does it become a problem? Well, it becomes a problem when it's consumed in mass, doesn't it? So the average Brit consumes about 100 grams of sugar a day, which is over 3 times the amount the NHS recommends, which is 30 grams per day. So it's far too much, isn't it? Now, an excessive intake in sugar will trigger cycles of blood sugar spikes or blood sugar crashes. Okay, so you'll have energy briefly, then you'll have a big crash. It leads to a lot of energy fluctuations. It increases hunger, it increases cravings, which is not good if you're looking to maintain a certain weight, is it? So what makes this particularly challenging is that added sugars are usually hidden in seemingly healthy products. It's actually horrendous how this is done. So it's hidden in processed foods. So it's found in 74% of packaged foods, often under disguised names like dextrose or corn syrup solids. It's crazy. So have a look at the back of package, just be more aware of what sugar's in it. Blood sugar instability, so rapid rises and falls in blood sugar glucose can lead to energy crashes, mood swings, and it will definitely lead to increased hunger. And also your sleeping patterns will be all over the place. Caloric density, sugar adds calories in massively without much satiety at all, so you won't be satisfied after eating it. So this can really lead to weight gain when consumed in excess, and the health detriment of weight gain is massive. And dental health as well. So frequent sugar exposure increases risk of tooth decay and gum disease. We all know that from when we're told not to eat too many sweets by the dentist. So we have a few myths and facts around sugar now. So sugar is surrounded and shrouded in misinformation. And a lot of this misinformation comes from a lack of scientific backing or any kind of scientific research. So we're going to look at some of the biggest myths now and we're going to debunk them. Okay, so the first myth, sugar is toxic and acts like a poison. That's actually factually incorrect. Sugar is a carbohydrate, it provides energy. The context around what you eat, the amount around what you eat, and the individual factors determine its impact on the body. So sugar's fine, don't worry about that. Fruit should be limited because it contains sugar. No, nonsense. Fruit's natural sugars come with fiber, vitamins, antioxidants. Studies consistently link fruit consumption with being healthier, okay? Sugar directly causes diabetes is another myth. Again, no. Type 2 diabetes develops primarily from inactivity, excessive body fat, and genetic factors. Sugar alone doesn't cause diabetes. Yes, if you eat it in excess, it doesn't help the case, but it doesn't alone cause it. And all sugars are equally harmful is the last myth. The food matrix matters here, guys. Sugar in whole foods behaves differently in the body than isolated added sugars. They don't have the same impact on the body before anyone tells you otherwise. So a few practical guidelines, what you actually need to do here. So rather than attempting to completely eradicate sugar, that approach is not going to work. It's just not going to work. It generally backfires. So focus on building a high quality diet where added sugars play a minor role. So like I said, the NHS recommends adults have 30 grams of free sugars a day. It's around 7 teaspoons. A target that's going to allow an occasional treat while minimizing health concerns. So it could be having a biscuit every single day is far better off than having a pack of biscuits on a weekend, you know. Making strategic food swaps can dramatically reduce your added sugar intake while maintaining satisfaction. So switching from sweetened yogurt to plain Greek yogurt with a bit of fruit can save you a lot of sugar consumption, up to 15 grams, and it provides you with more protein and more natural sweetness and more fiber and more antioxidants and all that jazz. So we want to build awareness, so learn to identify added sugars on labels on the back of packs. Focus on balance, so prioritize whole foods with protein, fiber, healthy fats with your sugars. We want to create a supportive habit around it, so have some regular meals, better sleep, stress management. This all helps. We want to maintain enjoyment, so include occasional treats mindfully without the guilt, so having a biscuit every now and again. And we want to track progress, not perfection. So small, consistent wins are always going to yield bigger results. I think I talk about that in every single lesson I do. So it's not the sugar, it's the context around sugar. So the key takeaway from this isn't that sugar is good or bad. It's the context around it that matters the most. A biscuit eaten mindfully as an occasional treat is fundamentally different from habitually drinking sugary drinks every single day, 4 or 5 of them every single day. It's a completely different thing. Having a biscuit once a day, it's far better for you than having 4 cans of Coke every single day. So your overall dietary pattern and lifestyle have far more impact on your health than any single ingredient. So if you're active, if you work out a lot, and you allow yourself a biscuit every now and again or whatever, absolutely sound, guys. Honestly, please do not vilify sugar. There is a place for it in every diet, And like I said, you're far more likely to stick to a diet because you're allowing yourself a bit of chocolate or a few sweets or a few biscuits now and again. So sugar isn't a villain in your nutrition. It's simply one character in a complex narrative. The goal isn't to eliminate it through restrictive rules, but develop a better relationship with it where sugar finds its appropriate place in your balanced diet. So shift from fear to awareness, move beyond the sugar is toxic trait, and just focus on how you can fit really good, healthy sugars into your diet naturally, as well as having some kind of processed foods with sugar, with added sugars in as well, just to keep that satiety level. Focus on whole diet. So instead of obsessing over sugar, concentrate on building meals with protein, fiber, nutrients, so it all gets absorbed correctly and efficiently within the body. It naturally crowds out excessive sugars, and it ensures proper nourishment. And then develop intention and balance, and make conscious choices about when and how to include sugar into your diet. So save sweet treats for true enjoyment or for certain times of the week, you know. Pair it with nutrient dense food, so again it can absorb all the nutrients correctly. So there's many different ways in which we can include it into your diet, but the overriding theme of this training today is that I don't want you to demonize sugar. It's absolutely fine. In fact, it's great. And if you've got any questions about it, please let me know. You know where to find me, drop me a message. But otherwise, have a good one, and I will speak to you really soon.